Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Di's Shorts. And I'm going to share a project with you that I made using, remember I was playing with the soft pastels, kind of turn it into like a chalk paint or a milk paint, kind of thing. And I want to show you a project I made with that. I also want to remind you about the product of the month for July, the starter kit changes, and I also wanted to show you my mimeograph, or not my mimeograph, beep beep, my little mini masterpiece for the month of July. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So yeah, so I just want to show you those few things, make this video not super long. So yeah, so let me spin the camera. If you are new, I'm in the chat room during the video premiere, so head on over there. I'll be there with my friends. Otherwise, if you're watching a replay and you have a question or a comment, leave it down below, and then YouTube will let me know and I can reach out to you. Okay, so let me get my camera adjusted. So close your eyes for a second. Okay, so I want to remind you, since it's July, what the product of the month is for the month of July, and it's a beautiful begonia bell, and you can pick this. You can get one product of the month. You can just get one. So even if you place two $75 order in the month of July, you can just get one. But if you didn't get any of the prior months and they're still available, you could get one then. So just keep that in mind. So, but this is super, super pretty. So make sure that you put it in your cart. They're like $5, and that's in the USA. It doesn't automatically get added to your cart, so just make sure you put it in there. But I love this so much. All right, I also remind you about my class in the mail for July. I am almost sold out, so you want to make sure that if you're going to do that, let me know so I can get your name on the list. And I also wanted to remind you again about the changes to the welcome kit. So instead of picking your starter kit like you've done in the past, you'll sign up, and then you'll get a hostess code. And then once you have your demonstrator number, because it happens pretty much instantaneously, then you will use your hostess code, and then your starter kit, like what you paid or whatever, will be applied in that hostess code. And then basically, you can pick what you want in your starter kit, but you can go over. You can order as much as you want. And then you will get a welcome kit in the mail. And I kind of went over this. Now, I can't order this yet, but when I do, I'll show you this stuff, for real. All right, so let's see. What else was I going to show you? Oh, yes, the little mini masterpiece for the month of July is the cute little kitty. Look at her looking at the little butterfly. And you can earn my mini masterpieces if you if you order 75 before tax and shipping in the month of July. Now, my requirement for the mini masterpiece is different than like the product of the month. They're both 75, but the product of the month, that $75 has to be in a single order. But with my mini masterpiece, you just have to spend 75. So you might order like $50 here, and then you go, oh, I need something else, and then you order $30 like later. As long as that's 75 before tax and shipping in the month, then you'll earn your little mini masterpiece. But look how cute the little kitty is. So you'll get her with your thank you card, and that will be the first part of August, because I always send out my thank you cards the first part of the following month. That way I make them, at one time. So this is the little one that it's going to be going out for qualifying orders in June. The cute little zebra. But anyways, all right, so I wanted to share that with you. And then that's just something that I do. That's not something that Stampin' Up! Does. All right. So let me pull this stuff over. All right, so Tuesday, I was playing around with the soft pastels and kind of making it like a paint or a chalk paint or milk paint, similar. Like, I mean, it's not that, but, anyways. So I pulled out Springtime Scenes, and it has a coordinating die. And then I also pulled out Sweet Words and Labels because it has some really fun shapes and die cuts. So I wanted to use that. And I wanted to use the Moonlit Flora because remember I was using dark. I used some black. I used some Secret Sea. I really liked the look of it on the dark paper. All right, so let me get this out of the way. Okay, so I was just playing around with some shapes, and so this was just on the basic black, and then you can see that shape. And I just did a bunch of leaves, and then what I did was I embossed it with the white embossing powder and colored it in with, I think that was the Coastal, and was it Granny Apple? I can't remember now. It looks a little lighter because you're mixing it with water and that white craft ink. If you didn't see me doing this technique, make sure you go back to Tuesday, where I'm showing you how I was mixing it up. But I love how it looked because it kind of gives you almost like a stained glass kind of look to it. But that was too many. It was just too many on that piece. So this is what I ended up doing. So I did that same shape, but I only put the leaves up on top. And then, I don't know. I mean, I did these little circles. I don't know if I would do the circles again, but it kind of reminded me like maybe they were like little marks that the ladybugs were leaving. And then the Sending Sunshine, that came from these. This came from Greetings for All, and you have like white and you have black. So I just put them in. So see, there's Greetings for All. So I just kind of go ABC. These are our old cases, because there's white and then there's black, and then white again. So I just kind of have them separated, and they're handy if you just need a greeting. And I just thought that Sending Sunshine was cute because it's kind of, like you've got the little ladybugs crawling around in the leaves and stuff, and then on the inside. But this paper was so perfect for it because you've got your white here, and I put the little white dots here, but then you've got the white on the paper as well. And then I used the Dewdrops embellishments, and I just put a couple around on the card. They just kind of catch the light a little bit. They're not like obvious, like in your face kind of thing, but they just add a little bit of color. It just kind of catches your eye when it sparkles. But I love how that turned out, and this just kind of looks excuse me, I thought it looked kind of stained glass. And that's kind of what Jeff said too. He was like looking at it and he goes, "Oh, it kind of looks like stained glass." And I go, "Well, I guess it kind of does." But anyway, so you can see so while I was playing around with this, so this is that one that I didn't do. Because I was just kind of playing, but I'm like, well, I just did too many. I got a little bit crazy. I got a little bit carried away, and I'm like, that's just too much, So then I just did the 3, and I like the 3 better because then it kind of has your black around here and everything. But what I did do, so you can see these lines here, I took a blender pen, and I just came in here with my blender pen, and I went like that. And what it did was it took a little bit of that chalk away, so it makes you see a little of the black. So instead of having like a highlight, how you usually go in with a white, gel pen or whatever to add a highlight, I'm doing kind of the opposite, where I'm giving it like a dark highlight instead. So, anyways, I just thought it emphasized that curve on the thing. But anyways, so that's kind of where I got these little lines in here. I just kind of used that, and it kind of cleared away some of that that color. But anyways, so yeah. So I just did one card. Because like I said, I was messing around with it, and I liked how it turned out. So I was like, well, one card is enough. And I love these ladybugs. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so let me know what you think. I think that's all that I wanted to remind you about. So there again, that is that little mini masterpiece for July. And then here is just a little project that I did using that that technique that we don't know what the name of it is. So let me say, see you later, alligator. So yeah. So I love how that turned out. Just really, really, it's like when I did this, it was almost like I was making my own designer series paper. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. And it kind of was neat. I was like putting the little dots around, and as I'm throwing it on the floor. And then if a couple of the, because I heat embossed it, right, with the white embossing powder. So if it was a little bit light, I just took the gel pen and I went over, and it made them more whiter, you know. So anyways, so I love how that turned out. So anyway, so let me know if you tried that. But I mean, you could put those ladybugs on anything. It's gonna make the card cute, I think. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing. So I will see you Monday for my Mimeograph Monday with a Twist. And that will be 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. So have a good weekend, and I will see you next week. All right, bye for now.